Let's talk about how to write a business proposal that actually earns you revenue on a consistent basis. I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even millions of dollars. Okay. So here are my opening remarks. When you think about a business proposal, this is totally different from a project proposal or a sales proposal. Okay. A business proposal actually goes a little further because you are trying to contextualize your solution. You are trying to contextualize the problem that you have identified, and you're trying to really cultivate a relationship with your let's say your recipient, with the recipient of that business proposal, your target audience, and your audience can be customers, it can be investors, or it can be regulators. Okay, let's first define what a business proposal is, so we have a clear idea what we're speaking about into this conversation. So when you close your eyes and think about a business proposal, I want you to think about a written offer of a product or a service, most commonly sent to prospective customers. Okay. Moreover, they can also be presented to existing customers. So business proposals can be presented to existing customers, investors, or regulators. And if you are sending them to existing customers, this can be an instance where your company tries to upsell an additional product or service. So this really happens all the time, especially if you are in a very competitive field. Okay, now how your proposals actually are written can actually can make the difference between winning or losing clients. For example, a poorly designed proposal overcomplicates the solution. In other words, you're just talking too much, blah 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 blah, but you're not going straight to the point. Okay, and it's one of those things where if you have a poorly written business proposal, you can actually like omit important customer details and needs. You are disregarding grammar and style, and also you have a document that prevents you from advancing your company's goals, and this can be really counterproductive in the long run. So a good proposal should always answer a few key questions. Who are you? What does your company do? What problems are your prospective customers facing? What are their pain points, if you will? What solution does your company offer to solve the problem? What is your what is your idea to solve that pain point? How will your company successfully implement the solution? And how much money, time, and other resources will be required to implement the solution? So don't forget the quantitative aspect of things. The quantitative part is really important as well, because you are actually asking your customers to commit resources. So let me give you the steps here. If you want to write a business proposal, the first thing you need to really understand here is that you have to you got to really understand that a business proposal is something more. It's more about storytelling. It's about telling the story of your customers. It's about telling the story to your customers, telling a good story to your customers. Okay. The first thing you want to do is that you want to research and outline your business proposal. Researching means what? Researching means that you understand the market, that you understand the geography you want to go after. If you are in the States and you're going after the whole country, or you are going after a limited number of states, you want to really understand the geography. You want to understand your target audience. There are psychographics. In other words, there are demographics, there are psychology, there are behavior, there are consumer behavior, and so on and so forth. And you also need to outline your business proposal. In other words, you got to really have a strong foundation, a clear foundation for your document. You got to outline your business proposal. Number two, you want to build the title and table of content. Now, what I'm telling you here, if you have software, you can actually have everything done for you by the software, okay, by the tool. But if you have to do it yourself, you have to really go in Microsoft Word or in Google Docs and really build the table of your business proposal as well as the table of contents. Okay. Now, in terms of taglines that you want to have, you got to have a tagline, a slogan, if you will, that's really captivating, that really appeals to the reader. Okay. For example, reimagining digital realms from canvas to concept, next gen web experience through strategic redesign. You want to really talk about something that appeals to your reader's psyche. So poor taglines might include making a better website for a company XYZ, or website project for a company XYZ. This doesn't really project any kind of any kind of prospective analysis. Okay, so you always want to have a vision. You want your tagline to incorporate a vision. Like I said before, reimagining digital realms from canvas to concept. That's really that really incorporate pretty well the vision that you have in your proposal. The next thing you want to do if you are trying to write a business proposal that wins millions of dollars is you need to write your executive summary. Now, executive summary, I've said this before, but I will say this again, it's so important. It's not just about you summarizing your business proposal. It's also about articulating your offer, articulating your idea, your product, your service. It's all about storytelling. It's all about explaining to the reader what your proposal is all about. And most importantly, please don't forget that when I speak about storytelling, I'm speaking about the story of your customers. Okay, their story. It's not about your story. Who cares about your story? As long as your story ties to their story, that's pretty fine. But if you're just going to tell your story, your story only, then it's not really interesting. So when you think about a business proposal, the executive summary actually is more of an introduction to your reader. Okay, so it's just more like a 1 to 2 page cover letter. It's a concise introduction and summary of your proposal. Don't really go into too much detail here. Okay, so a good executive summary will introduce your company, present an overview of your business goals and objectives, discuss your expertise with a summary of 1 to 2 previous similar projects, summarize your main selling points, lay out a future path for your company, and highlight notable milestones, and explain how the proposal you are writing is the first step on that path. Okay. Next, you also need to explain the problem statement and solution. So when I speak about you explaining the problem statement, it's all about you really connecting that problem to the pain points that your reader, your target audience is currently experiencing. Okay, you always have to answer the question, "What's in it for me?" That's the question that your readers are asking. What's in it for me? Okay, so you want to really make sure that you are solving the pain points they're having right now. So you can have an introduction to your company and background information on the project, the project goals and the scope of services needed, a deadline for receiving bids, for instance, a timeline for when you expect to select a winning proposal. If you are thinking about a business proposal in terms of RFP, for instance, and any challenges you like to actually to counter as you lay out your project. So that's important. If you want to write a winning business proposal, you have to really think about numbers. You have to think about deliverables. You have to think about milestones. You have to think about budgets. Okay. So milestones here, I'm speaking about timeline. Okay. So it's important to really understand that you are asking the reader to actually make a decision. You're asking the reader to buy in your idea, to buy in your proposal, your business proposal. So you got to really quantify things a little bit for your reader, so your reader knows, hey, listen, if I embark on this project, this is what I'm expecting. So put numbers, put dates, put geography, put location, put percentage, put anything that's quantitative that can really help them help your reader sort of structure his or her thinking. I want you to really do that, and I want you to really put that in your business proposal. Okay. And one thing I want to say also is that you want to list the deliverables in bullet points so that they're easily digestible. If you have bullet points, you are going to get a higher engagement than if you were to just write sentences. Next, you want to craft the conclusion and also the appendix. So this is important. So the same way you actually spend time actually having an executive summary, you have to really spend time making sure the conclusion is pretty nice, pretty short, and straight to the point. Okay, it's one of those things where you give a very good impression, a very good first impression during the introduction. Now give a wonderful good impression at the end. Okay, so you want to summarize the main points of your business proposal. You want to reiterate your business's strength and product benefits. You want to emphasize how taking action with your business proposal benefits the prospective customer. Going back to what I said, this is about making sure you tell their story, not your story. And you want to create a strong call to action that conveys a sense of urgency and what to do next, such as calling a salesperson or using a contact form to discover more information about your business proposal. That's really important. One thing I want you to really understand here is that if you want to write a business proposal that wins millions of dollars, or if not more, you have to understand that you got to really put a little bit of professionalism into the whole document. Nowadays, it's pretty easy to actually send business proposals electronically, so there's no need to print, to go to to Staples or to go to one of those stores and really print something out. Okay, so if for any reason you do not want to go to Office Max, Office Depot, whatever, or Staples and print your business proposal out, you can still send them electronically. So the cool thing is that you have a business software that allows you to really do everything. I'll speak about software later on, but you are able to get things done real fast and electronically. Okay, especially if you are talking to customers who don't care about receiving anything in paper form. They don't want to receive anything in paper form, or your customers are overseas, or your investors are overseas. So you can send things electronically. But if you have to send things in paper form, you can actually think about editing and professionally polishing your proposal and actually having it printed in a professional manner as well. So when I speak about editing and professionally polishing, you can do it yourself, or you can actually have a team in-house team take care of it, or you can just outsource the whole thing to another company. Okay, so it really depends on your budget. It depends on how complicated your business proposal is in the first place, and also it depends on the niche you're in. So one thing I want to say here is that if you were to actually go to a third party, just remember that you want the company to design beautiful and eye-catching proposals. Okay, and they can do it from scratch. You don't have to do anything. Just give them the info, like the core info, and they'll just work around your info to create a pretty good proposal that can win you millions of dollars. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that if you want to share your proposal digitally, you can easily add graphs, pricing tables, links, and attachments to enhance the overall experience for readers. Okay, you can also hyperlink your table of content throughout the document, and you can send readers to supplement to actually you can send them to a supplementary documents elsewhere. So it really depends on what you are trying to achieve, and what's the benchmarking trend in your industry. In other words, what are your rivals doing, or what have they done in the past, for instance, or what's customary in your particular industry. So let me give you a few extras here. If you want to write a business proposal, I think I've said this before, but if you go to software, you will see that you have different types of business proposals depending on the industry you're in, depending on the target audience, depending on the specific goal that you have, but also the scope of the document. Okay, so when it comes to business proposal, you have a unsolicited business proposal, you have informally solicited business proposal, you have formally solicited business proposal, and so those are the top three. I mean, there are others, but those are the top three, and they pretty much just sort of encapsulate the whole conversation around business proposals. So, what about unsolicited business proposal? This is actually this is the kind of document you use if you want to approach prospective customers with a proposal, although they didn't request one, in hopes of securing them as customers. So, an unsolicited business proposal is more generic and acts like a cold email or marketing brochure. Then you have an informally solicited business proposal. This is actually used when no official request has been made for proposal. Unlike official requests that contain much more detail, informally solicited proposals stem from spontaneous informal conversations with a client or a vendor. And you might actually write one of these proposals if a prospective buyer is interested in analyzing your products or services and asks for a business proposal. You also have formally solicited business proposal. This is actually used for an official business proposal request. Okay, and with this, you have a more structured approach. So with this type of proposal, you'll be given most, if not all, of the info required to understand a prospective buyer's needs. All you have to do is write a proposal for the buyer so that they can analyze it and you can start the sales process. So you have a lot of reasons why you want to write a business proposal. Maybe you want to document realistic plans and projections. You want to attract new clients and new business. You want to bring in investors for funding. You want to outline additional structure for growth. You want to identify strengths and weaknesses of your current business model. And you want to showcase new pricing models and other relevant metrics. Let me give you a few tips for writing a business proposal across multiple geographies. It doesn't matter if you are in the States, you are in Asia, you are in Africa, you are in Latin America, you are in Europe. Those tips will help you big time. You want to always start with an outline. I've said this before, but this is important. But after that, you want to stick to your brand. Okay, so your brand is really important. Your brand, I'm talking about the color. I'm talking about the tone, the conversational tone you have, the tone you have for your content. And also the kind of style you have. Okay. You want to review the content. Once you're done, please make sure that you are proofreading everything. You are just making sure everything is stellar. You can actually do the editing yourself, right? You can do it. You can do the review yourself, or you can just outsource the tasks to a third party. You have a lot of freelancer websites such as Fiverr or freelancer.com that really allow you to get things done real fast in terms of reviewing your business proposal content. You can also include graphics and data to make sure that you are capturing the reader's attention really fast. Okay, so incorporate enough graphics to make your proposal intriguing while complementing each section. And also use data to incorporate client interaction and make your message more convincing. It's all about making sure that you are attracting the right attention and keeping it. You want to keep it throughout your document. You want to include video elements if possible. So if you deliver your proposal electronically, consider adding video elements for additional interactions. And a personalized video may be considered for portions of your proposal that require further detail. Additionally, video enhances the learning experience and may benefit an existing customer's understanding of your proposal more than from reading words on a page. You want to include customer testimonials if possible. So this is part of the whole social proof thing. Okay, you want to include those testimonials, and you want to make the process very easy for your business proposal reader to actually take action if they want to. So in closing remarks in today's conversation, I spoke to you about how to write a business proposal. I give you the opening remarks, the steps, the extras, and now the closing remarks. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.